Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2, where things are going really, really well. As you can see, just right here, we're second in the table. It's looking pretty wonderful. Things have been going really, really well. So I'll take you through the fixtures in just a moment. We have made one more signing since you were last here. The loan window is apparently still open. And whilst we've not been able to get any more centre-backs, we've at least got a bit more cover at right-back now. That was a bit of an issue that we had last episode, I think. It's not very good cover at right-back, but it is cover at right back. Wayne Higgins comes in from Crystal Palace on loan, 2.5-star current ability and 5-star potential. So he's only really good enough for League 2, League 1, but has got Premier League potential. So another player we could perhaps keep eyes on in the future, but is going to be our backup player this season after having, to be fair, quite a poor season last year in the National League. Has been quite fortunate to make the step up to the Championship this season just because we needed someone there. So don't expect to see him much, but if we do need him, he will play games, unfortunately. We haven't really felt a need to use him yet, though, and to be fair, if we did use him, it's not going to be that detrimental, because by looks of things, look at the table, we are second in the table right now. Form hasn't actually been brilliant, to be fair. It's not been a great run of fixtures for us. We haven't been playing out of this world. It's just that other teams around us aren't really playing very well either, I've got to say. So, obviously, you were last here for the opening game of the season against Cardiff, that 3-0 win, which was beautiful. We followed up with a 1-1 draw to Brentford, which I thought was very respectable. They went 1-0 up in the first half. Lee Phillip brought one back in the second half for us, which I thought was really good. After that, we played Wrexham in the Carabao Cup. We rotated the side, not massively. Like you can see here, there's a few different players. You know, Edmondson came into goal. Michael Thomas was playing at centre-back. We had Porter in the middle instead. We had Monk in the attacking midfield as well. Not a massively changed lineup. It's still a lineup that should be beating Wrexham, but they beat us 2-1. So we're at the Carabao Cup in the first round against Wrexham from League 2? League 2. 22nd in League 2 right now as well. So that was a very, very poor fixture. We bounced back, though, with a 2-2 draw against Reading. We were about to win it as well until they scored right in the 89th minute. But Alan Bell scores for us, and Lee Phillip once again getting himself on the score sheet, which I thought was pretty neat. After that, we did suffer a 2-0 defeat at home to Southampton. Of course, Southampton relegated from the Premier League last season. As were Cardiff, we beat Cardiff 3-0, but Southampton proved too strong in the end. They scored 2 goals late on to make sure they sealed the 3 points there. So that was a bit disappointing, but we have recovered since then. A 4-1 win over QPR with Bell, Langley, Phillip and Butler getting on the score sheet there. They scored in the 91st minute for a consolation goal. And then last time out, a 2-0 win over Bristol City. Simpson sent off right in the game, but that didn't matter because before then, Phillip and Butler scoring the goals to make sure we were 2-0 up. Phillip and Butler both really bagging the goals in. Phillip is on 5 goals now at the moment, I believe. 5 goals and 6 appearances. Really fantastic stuff from him. And Butler, to be fair, is not too far behind. He's really turned things on this season with, I say that, he's got 2 goals in 4 games, but he's got a better goal scoring ratio than he did last season. That's probably why it feels like it's such an improvement. So as previously mentioned, we are second in the table as things stand, which is all pretty decent. Forest lead the way on 16 points, but we're second on 11 points. And despite only winning 3 games, drawing 2, losing 1, everyone else around us seems to have done something similar. There's no one really running away with it apart from Forest. So I think we're fortunate to be second right now. If this was a normal season, we'd probably be a bit further down the table, I think. But we have had a pretty tough start to the season. We've played Southampton, we've played Reading, we've played QPR, we've played Cardiff, we played Brentford as well. Bristol City down in 23rd, that's probably the easy game we've had so far. But we have had some difficult games and we've dealt with it really well, so I'm very pleased with it. Don't expect us to be up here for the rest of the season. We've just had a bit of good form to start the season off. There's no way we should be up here. I think we will start to drop down as the season goes on. Our players, though, have had a good start to the season. In Player of the Month, Millwall won it, but then Gary Langley and Alan Bell from our side have come second and third in Player of the Month, which is pretty decent. And if we look at Young Player of the Month as well, wherever that is going to be, Young Player of the Month, Lee Phillip wins that, of course, with his superb goal record, and Ross Burton comes second with a good appearance record as well, with some goals and assists in there. So, real good opening month of the season for us as a team and individual players as well. First game we're playing today is against Portsmouth. They're 15th in the table, so hopefully we can continue this good bit of form that we're in right now. McClement stays in goal, as per usual, with a backline of Tyriak, Smith, Prince, and then Thomas is coming in today, which is a little bit of a risk. Michael Thomas. We've had a few injuries to players at the back. Hunter's injured, Simpson's injured, Mike Coates has been injured for a little bit as well. So we've had to bring in Michael Thomas, who wasn't really meant to play any games this season. He's only 2-star current ability. He was more of a backup player, meant to go on loan, but stayed at the club instead and is going to be playing some first team fixtures for us. But if we look at his form, He played the game against QPR and got an 8 rating in that, which I thought was amazing. And we thought we'd play him again against Bristol City, a 7.4 rating there. So I do trust the lad. He seems to be doing all right with the starts that we've been giving to him. We started him as well against Accrington in a few friendlies as well and played very well in friendlies. So I do trust him, and he's played very well in the previous 2 games. So hopefully he'll stand up today against Portsmouth. Donker is just in front of that defensive line with Bell and Burton ahead of them in that midfield. Butler comes on for left-hand side today because, of course, Turiak has picked up... Well, he's got to go at left-back, sorry, because Simpson's picked up the injury. Suspension, rather, not injury. He's suspended for the next match. Langley stays on the right-hand side, having had a really good start to the season. And, of course, Philip, on the 5 goals already in 6 games, is leading the line for us. So it's a pretty good lineup. Philip's bagging the goals, and we've finally got a goal scorer by looks of things. So hopefully that continues. Right, then, kickoff is upon us here. We are on the south coast today visiting Portsmouth. So a long trek for the lads, but hopefully we'll get the good 3 points today. Now, I may have been looking away at this point, and I've missed an early goal for Portsmouth. I was looking at other things. They've come forward, had a shot from distance, and McClement sort of palms it in the back of a net. So not the best start to the game. It goes to them. We can get back into this though. We've had some other setbacks like this recently, but we should be able to get a result against Portsmouth today. Turek's got a corner. Corner comes in. Can we get an instant reply as Langley can't quite get on the ball, but Prince looks to get on the ball. Emmanuel Prince, can he do anything with it? He puts the ball into forward Philip. Butler puts his shot way wide in the end, so not too good. But I missed the Portsmouth the goal because I was just tabbed out checking the Teespring, checking to see if you guys have bought any t-shirts yet. And a few of you have done, so thank you very much for that. Now, when I mentioned the t-shirts in last episode, when I recorded that episode, we were on about 9,100 subscribers. We're now, as I record this, very close to 9,500. So we're getting close to that 10,000 mark. If we want to get a t-shirt, I recommend you do it very quickly because I think we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the week. So if you want a t-shirt, now is the time to get it. There'll be a little link on the top of the screen right now in the description as well. Go and check it out. There's a few more different merch things there as well if you're interested in that. But of course, if you're not interested at all, don't worry about it. It's not compulsory to buy a t-shirt, don't worry. But it's just there if you want to. As Langley looks to put us back on level terms, he does put us back on level terms. His first shot saved by the goalkeeper. The second shot goes in the back of the net. A great little turnaround there. And we're back in the game on level terms now. As Bell gets on the ball there, puts it into Langley, who just beats his man. The first shot saved, but not dealt with properly. Defenders all over the place. The keeper can't get to it. Langley gets his 3rd of the season. Great stuff. It's quite frustrating as well because Portsmouth have only had the 1 shot so far in this game. That's gone in the back of a net. So that is frustrating when that happens. But if we keep having 11 shots in a half, surely a few more of them are going to go in the back of a net come the second half. Now, I'm not quite sure why we are doing so well this season. Because, to be fair, apart from McClement, Smith, Turiak, Langley to an extent, but he only joined halfway through last season. We've really shaken up the squad, and usually I like to keep a bit of continuity. I always think continuity is the best thing to do, but there's at least 8 new players on the pitch right now, and if we had a full strength lineup, we probably would have a few more new players on the pitch. So I'm not quite sure why we're doing so well, but I'm not complaining. But we do need to do something about the scoreline. Donker puts the free kick in. It's headed over, unfortunately. We need to show some passion out there, I think, which hasn't really done anything to the body language apart from make Prince look frustrated. So we need to go on to very attacking, I think. Langley might have to come off, but then it's a case of who do we bring on? And the answer is no one, really, because there's no one else to play there. He's looking a bit tired out there. Bell has not played particularly well, so I think we'll bring Goff on for him, I think, but maybe change Goff to a... No, let's not bring Goff on. Let's bring Porter on. I think he's slightly better as more of a Carolero position, which I think we might need to use a little bit today. That, though, might actually be the only change that we're going to make, because I just don't think any of the substitutes we make are going to have that much of an impact. Demand more out there. They all look a bit focused, which is good. So hopefully in the final 10 minutes, we'll grab the winner. We really deserve the winner based on the stats and things like that. But at the same time, we're not losing. We're picking up a point at least, and I'm not expecting us to be up at the top of the table come the end of the season. So as long as we're picking up points along the way, that secures that sort of mid-table at the very minimum. I'm very happy with that. And when I say mid-table by a minimum, really, I mean like 21st at a minimum. As long as we're in this division next season, I'm happy. And unfortunately, we're not going to be getting the win today, despite us really dominating proceedings today. But you know what? We'll take the draw. We'll take the points. Anything that keeps us out of the relegation zone this season, I'm I'm happy with. So we've got a couple of days off then before the Millwall game. Millwall sitting just below us in the table, so this one will be quite an exciting game. All the results come through. Forest drawing, Reading winning, Southampton maybe drawing or winning. One of the two. Either way, we've dropped down to 5th, Millwall in 6th right now. So this is going to be a big game against Millwall. Oh, I have just checked. We are on exactly 9,500 right now. See, look, there we go, 9,500. Can you see that? It's sort of bugging out the green screen a little bit. But 9,500. Decent. And here we go. The game's come around pretty quickly, this Millwall game. The players all look pretty fresh, actually. Langley's looking slightly tired, 91% condition, but there's no one else to really play there, if I'm honest with you. We might take Goff off the bench and put Mooney on there just in case we need to bring him on, sort of thing, because he can play on that right-hand side, but he's not a player that I really want to be starting there. But there's an option at least there, so we'll bring him on the bench. But other than that, maybe we'll bring Simpson back on the pitch instead of Turiak. Turiak can then go back on the bench, but we'll leave Butler on there for this game because Butler has played well recently. Although saying that, I do reckon Turiak's better on the left wing. I feel like we bring him back on the pitch as a winger on that cycle. He's already got the good link with Simpson, and he's more suited to that winger position, Turiak, than Butler is. So, yeah, I feel like that's probably the better thing to do, and then we'll put Wayne Higgins back on the bench there instead. So this then is probably the line we're going to go for. I think this is going to be strong enough. All right, then, kickoff is upon us here. We are at home again today, luckily. We're not going all the way to Millwall. Hopefully, though, Millwall haven't brought too many of the thugs along with them to disturb the peace of Lincoln. Hopefully, we'll all be sleeping safe in our beds tonight. What a stereotypical statement that was about Millwall fans. If you're a Millwall fan, I'm sorry. Please don't stab me. Millwall do have a chance, though, to come forward, actually, from our corner that got deflected. They've got so many men forward. McClement makes a really good save there. Otherwise, to be fair, Millwall really should have scored. They had 3 men over, 3 on the ball. Their man got a bit selfish, taking the shot himself, and McClement makes a really good save. Millwall should have passed it out wide, actually, again, to get it past McClement. They had 3 men up there to do it, and somehow they've not scored, which is, I mean, that's good for us either way. But we can start to already see a slight difference in quality between Millwall and Portsmouth, for example. Portsmouth, we absolutely dominated, but Millwall coming here, although possession-wise, we are absolutely dominating them, it's very close in all these other stats right now. So we're not running away with this game. We're not letting Millwall run away with it, though, either. That's the most important thing. Again, with a team of Millwall's calibre, I'd be happy taking a draw against them, if I'm honest with you. They're a decent side, and they will be up there come the end of the season, I think, and we shouldn't be. So I'll take a good result against them, and that would be a 0-0 draw. What's also interesting is that Cardiff, who we beat 3-0 on the opening day of the season, are beating top-of-the-table Nottingham Forest 2-0. That kind of shows how good our win on the first day of the season was. If Cardiff are doing that right now to the league leaders, and Cardiff, to be fair, are only on the level on points with us. There's so many teams on 13 points right now if Cardiff win as well. So it just goes to show how important, how big that win was against Cardiff. We're going to go more attacking, I think, in the second half. And we're also going to say, get creative out there. We need to do something to try and inspire things. Lee Phillips not played particularly well today. He might be a candidate to come off the pitch. He's become a bit camera shy in today's episode, which is a great shame because he scored 5 goals in the first 6 games of the season. This game and last game, he's been pretty ineffective, unfortunately. Burton's also looking quite tired, so we're going to bring Porter on for Burton, I think. And then I reckon we're going to do it. I think we're going to bring Pardo on for Philip as that attacking, advanced forward, sorry. Philip just not playing up to standard today, unfortunately. So there are 2 changes that we'll make on the 65th minute. Fingers crossed they result in a goal for us, although Pardo hasn't yet to score a goal this season, which is, again, a little bit of a worry. It's also quite the worry because he's the one that we signed on a permanent deal, and it's Philip that we've got on loan, and it's lone Philip who's scoring the goals for us and not Pardo who we signed permanently. I'd rather be the other way around, but to be fair, anyone scoring goals is good for us at the moment, and we are looking to come forward. Actually, I think their man's just been sent off. Yes, Rawlins has been sent off. Let's step this up to very attacking. We need to be going, get creative out there again. This is now our chance to try and grab a goal. In the 88th minute, Simpson puts the ball across. It's clear, but only as far as Donker. Porter back to Donker, and Donker through to Langley. Langley puts a great ball across to Turiak, who can put the cross in, gets out to Simpson. Instead, he puts the cross in. Pardo gets his first goal of the season. We were slagging him off a second ago, saying he's not scored the goal yet. But when it really matters, when it's very important, Adam Pardo gets the goal. Great bit of build-up play here for us. Turiak and Simpson have really combined well this season. They were sort of playing against each other last season, but since we've moved Turek up to that attacking midfielder position. Simpson's made that left-back position his own. They've really combined well. I'm over the moon with them both. It's slightly annoying because Turek is our number 3 and he's playing as an attacking midfielder. I think he's our number 3 at least. He is our number 3, Turek there, number 3. So he has got a left-back number, but he's playing on the left wing. But when we're beating Millwall 1-0 to stay in the playoffs of the Championship in our first season, I'm not complaining. I'm not going to be cross about that. Great result for us there. Back into 4th in the table. Only 2 points off Forest on the top, who did lose 2-0 to Cardiff in the end. So potentially next episode, if we can continue this really bit of good form, we could be top of the table. Also, another clean sheet for Michael Thomas, the young player there, who's been looked at by Billericay apparently, who are in the National League. But if Thomas keeps putting in performances like that and keeping clean sheets in the Championship, getting 7.4s, 7s, 7.4s and 8s, he's played phenomenally well the past 5 games. He's got to stay in the starting lineup at this rate. He's this good already. Like, he should be better than national level, apparently. He's already gone up to 2.5 star, which is good. But if he has a very, very good season, we could make a lot of money off him, I think, next summer. Right, for next episode then, we're going to go forward a little bit more than we usually would, but I kind of want to play Peterborough and Forest because they're both relatively local to Lincoln. They're only about an hour away in different directions, so they are kind of like our local teams to play this season. I suppose Derby and Burton aren't too far away either. Neither Sheffield, actually. Neither's Hull. So there's quite a few local sides, but for me, Peterborough and Forest are more the proper local ones that we want to be playing if we're playing as a Lincoln side. So that's going to come up next episode on Thursday. Tomorrow's the experiment again. So Thursday, Peterborough and Forest. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Go check the t-shirts out as well. If you want one, grab one. That'd be really, really cool if you get one as well, because that's quite cool to see like my logo on people buying that sort of thing, which is quite cool. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time for some more Lincoln Loco action.